So we're back into this bathroom again. And you know, when I'm in this small bathroom, we're about to do something crazy with my hair. I'm tired. I went to bed at almost 1 o'clock in the morning and it's 9:20. And so we're just gonna get straight to it. We're gonna do a color correction. We're gonna be removing this purple hair color and I'm gonna walk you guys on how I'm going to achieve that. I hope it turns out the way I planned it. I need to get my morning voice on, like I just literally woke up. But I'm gonna just detangle my hair real quickly.
As I detangle my hair, you can see there's a banding. This happened because my hairstylist didn't do a 2-session bleach on my 3-inch regrowth. 1 inch my regrowth lifted it to a 9-10, the remaining 2 lifted to a level 7-8. You can pause to see the discoloration. I can also show you a picture.
I'm just kind of hoping that like this would be light and this will show it's kind of like level 7, level 8 kind of thingy. And then like I would kind of decide where to go from there, because this is kind of a very dangerous kind of process doing it by myself as well, because these ends, right, like this section all the way down to my ends were all level 10 and this was kind of like 6, 8 and
I created 5 sections, 2 in the front, 1 in the crown area, and 2 in the back. I mixed it a 1-to-3 ratio with my Identity Strip Tease with 10 volume. It's a color remover that strips down dark hair dyes. And of course, I'm starting in the back and working my way to the front.
Look at that, this is pretty interesting. This is slowly turning bluish green, like, what the heck? And it is like turning yellowish, so, oh, I hate it, it's touching my skin. I hate that feeling.
I'm using a color remover instead of bleach because it's safer, but of course, a color remover does contain some sort of bleach, but this is still much safer than a full-on bleach.
This is so, interesting. There are some pink in here too. I'm so scared. I hope this lifts up to like a light blonde underneath. So, wish me luck. If it doesn't turn out well, we're gonna work around it. We're gonna work around it. You work with what you got. I think the scariest part for me for doing this is not really the color, because I think like some people, they care so much about the color and they end up not liking it. But for me, I'm pretty open with hair colors. I always end up liking the unexpected anyways. The most important part for me is just the health of my hair, because there are gonna be some damage in here, and like, what am I doing? I just want to keep my hair integrity, you know, the porosity and everything, and still keep it healthy. As you can see, like, I think this is turning yellow, but it's turning green because the blue is kind of there and it's kind of overlapping, so this is slowly turning green. It's kind of what I'm thinking, because it's yellow and then blue and yellow makes green, and so.
Remember to fully saturate both the front and the back. It's okay if it does touches my black hair a bit. It won't really lift too much. Plus, I am going to bleach the roots later.
We're having some interesting Joker vibes over here. I'm looking like a clown, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Cause like it's been over 5 minutes now, and like you clean this, it's technically blue underneath, and this is green. And if I was not going natural, I would definitely just put a blue on top of everything. But I'm not trying to be natural. I'm not trying to be colorful. I'm trying to be natural. So we'll see what my hair tells me what to do, and you listen to your hair. You don't listen to yourself, literally. Listen to your hair, because your hair will tell you what it can and cannot do.
Make sure to check on your first section to see its health, to see if it can continue, and you see my hair is going through a phase right now. And keep in mind the strength of your hair. Always make sure your hair is in good condition to do a hair color, especially a correction.
That's the scary part, is the process, because it's always scary, the process. But you gotta trust it, and I'm just hoping that it does turn out for the worst. I'm just gonna have to work with what I got.
This is my sister helping me apply and cross check as I work my way to the front. I did wet the back so it'll stop processing, and my sister is also an artist, so she knows how to work a brush.
Okay, so my sister and I just finished applying to the front, and this is how my hair looks like. I'm not wearing gloves right now, so I kind of don't want to mess it around with this. I'm just gonna turn my phone around, and you guys can see. You know what's interesting? I can't really see the back, but I'll just show you. Here we go. As you can see, it's turning, which is weird, because you know I did clean it out earlier, and I'm kind of like spray it, but technically it's been there for like a whole 2 hours now, I guess. Surprisingly, the back is lighting up a lot, like pretty well. And the integrity is still pretty fine. It's still there, which is crazy how that's working. It's a longer process, but I was thinking that since if the green blue is still there, I'm gonna have to do a second time, but it doesn't really look like I might have to do a second time. It might end up pretty well. So I only set 20 minutes for the front pieces, but I might just let it sit there a little bit longer just to see what happens and check every 10 minutes or so. Okay, so I just rinsed off all the color remover. Obviously the front two pieces right here are still kind of greenish here, and I think I didn't let this part stay on that long. Same with the sides, it wasn't there that long, but it's no big deal. I still gotta do my roots anyways. But yes, this is how light my hair got. It got super light, and it was just as light as this when I first had my hair bleached and I put the purple on top of it. Of course, like I said, there's the banding. I think it's more noticeable in the back, but not too bad. The level 8, 7 that I was talking about, that band that we had going on there, can't really see on here, but you can see these yellow bandings of the level 7, 8. Yeah, this is like a better. The front does have more of a tint of green because it was on it the longest. It was not there as long as the back. You see here, it's something. So I'm gonna section my hair off into 4. My sister's gonna do one side, I'm gonna do the other side. We're gonna bleach the roots, and then we're gonna fix the green parts, and after that we're gonna tone. Okay, so we're finally on the front, and we're just bleaching the roots now.
We did bleach the back first before we started on the front. My sister then cross-checks the back while I cross-check the front. We're using extra bleach. I mixed a big 9 with Magma 8 as usual with 20 volume and 1:2 ratio. Then with whatever leftover bleach I had, I used them on the pieces that had green. I had to be super careful because it's around some pretty light pieces. And afterwards, I let everything process for 30 to 40 minutes, and I incubated with some foils in a bag.
I just finished the roots and everything, and like, on camera it looks like super over processed, but I'm telling you, it's not over processed. It's just real light, and it's also just wet. I don't need my roots to be that light anyways. The thing that still bothers me is this front piece right there. You can still see the tint of green there, and otherwise over here there's a bit tint of green. It didn't really lift well, and I didn't want to take another risk of putting bleach on it. So I am going to be using rose gold, and I just want to believe that rose gold will have a tint of red in there. If you want to tone green, you need red. I am just praying that the rose gold does kind of pick up a bit and kind of just neutralize it, and we'll kind of see what goes from there. I'm going to just work with what the outcome will be, because I'm not too picky. I am going to apply it while my hair is kind of wet. I'm kind of like using a towel, drying it, and just kind of squeezing a little bit of the excess water out. And the reason why I'm doing it wet is kind of so it kind of dilutes the rose gold a bit, because I don't want it to be a really strong tint of strong rose gold. So I am going to be using my Danity's rose gold of my refresh conditioner. So we're just gonna do the conditioner, and we're just gonna see what happens, because I actually never used this before, never done rose gold, and like I said, never used my refresh. So I am praying that this turns out well.
My sister and I are just applying from root to end, starting from the back, and we're just gonna fully saturate and work all the color in. At this point, I ran out of rose gold, so I'm just using random direct dyes that I have from my Identity. I'm using sheer and pink diamond to create pastel pink, and I'm mixing yellow from Fanola to give the gold. And we're just gonna mix it, and it's not exactly as rose gold, but it's close enough, and I'm just gonna blend it in with the back as well to balance everything all out. At this point, I didn't even measure it because I wanted to get it on there as fast as possible because it's already processing.
Okay, so my sister and I just finished applying. Like, you see all of this. It's weird. It's a crazy mess, but I'm just praying that it turns out well. If it doesn't, then it's it's cool, you know, because then I can always fix it, you know. I'm just gonna wait 20 minutes and we're just gonna see what happens and see if I end up liking it or not, or if I'm gonna be like, let's live like this for a week and then fix it up. So I'll be back in 20 minutes and we'll show you the results. Okay, so I just finished washing it all out, and it's not perfect, and I'm not gonna go roll around with it. So we're just gonna fix it up because I can do it. I don't hate this color though, honestly. I actually got a chance to see what my hair looks like. It's not my favorite color. I wanted it to be rose gold too, but the color didn't really deposit well. I think I just wanted it to be a bit more golden in a way, but it didn't really turn out that way. And the pink did appear a bit, but you know, the green is still there. And I don't hate the roots. Some may say it's weird, but I actually do not hate it. But it could do some sort of better root shadow. But I don't hate it. I don't mind it. The banding it's still there, but we're gonna do our best to cover things up. And I was talking to my sister, and we're deciding that let's try orange brown, something like that. I mean, I'm not too upset honestly, because I did have a choice whether I want to do rose gold or I wanted to do some sort of gingery orangey brown color. And so I'm not gonna go too dark because this is a pretty light color. I don't hate it. Like, I got a chance to live a couple hours with this. I was gonna wait until tomorrow, but I'm like, I don't want tomorrow to be a day where I just focus on hair. I want tomorrow to be a full day of me just resting. It's a day off for me tomorrow. So we're gonna be getting the colors. I have all the colors ready right here, and we're gonna be using Paul Mitchell's. It's the only colors brand I have on me, and since I don't have the Volume 6 developer by my Identity, then I can't really use my Identity products. So let me go get my color bowl and we'll mix the colors together. Okay, so by now we all know that when you have freshly bleached roots, we should always do darker because naturally the roots is a bit darker. So I'm gonna add 6 BV. It's a level 7. Some of it's level 8, but I'm just gonna trust myself and say that it's a level 7. It's better to go one level down just for insurance. And I'm gonna do a 6 BV. How much I'm gonna do? Let's take a look. Let's do a little bit of that. 0.2 ounces of this first. 6 BV to kind of cancel out the oranginess. I do want to have some ash in there, so I'm gonna have a 6A. Let's put 2 ounces of that as well in there. Now let's add 6OR. Let's add, I don't know, let's see here, 2 ounces. Well, I'm doing equal parts. Should I be doing equal parts? Do I want it to be more orangey? Maybe I do want it to be a little bit more orangey. Let's add just 1 more ounce, so basically 3 ounces of that. There we go. That's all of my 6OR in this bottle. And we're just gonna add just a little bit of 8PA, just kind of like help the 6A to be kind of like a 7 in a way. So let's just add maybe just 1 ounce, 0.1. Everything's all 0.1, so not ounces. So right now I have a total of 0.8 ounces, and it's 1-to-1 ratio. So I'm gonna add a 0.8 ounces in there as well. And this is just gonna be for just my root. The processing liquid by Paul Mitchell is technically just like a volume 7. I'm gonna make it. There we go. I went over by 1.1 ounce of the processing liquid, so I'm just gonna add this 0.1 of 9G. Why not? There we go. Now it's a total of 1 ounce, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio, and I'm gonna mix that up real quick. My mids to ends is pretty light, or it's pretty toned. It's really well toned. I believe the brown will be enough to cover all these pink color that I have in there, if you guys can see, and the green that I have, like literally I just have a messed up mini piece of green here. I'm gonna do a 7NB. I'm going to do 0.5 ounces of that. And I'm going to do a 0.5 of 9 NB to give it an equal part so it can be an 8 NB. Because there is no 8, so I have to do this. So 0.5 of that. I wish I have a 9 OR, which I do not. I'm going to just do a 0.5 of this as well. 0.5 of the 6 OR. Just because, oh shit, I got 0.6. Oh well. Just because I don't have a 9 OR, so I'm going to use a 9G and do a kind of 2-to-1 ratio to kind of mix this. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the 9G. So since I was 0.6, I'm going to say 0.5. It's a 0.5, so I just have to do 1 ounce of the 9G. Finish it off with an 8 PA. 0.5 of that, just to kind of give it some ash into it. So that was 3 ounces, a total of 3 ounces right there. And let's add a processing solution, which is 3 ounces as well. It sounds like I'm peeing, correct? I add fiber fixator in the root color bowl, and I'm gonna add it into this as well, just because you know you can always add more bonding to kind of fix the hair. I should have mentioned that I did another ounce of this, so it's 2 ounces. And my sister's not gonna help me because she's tired now, and it's okay, she helped me all day doing my hair, so I'm so grateful for her. So I'm just gonna do my roots first, and I always do roots first just because I want to get that deepness in there.
I'm starting off with 1 inch first, and eventually as I cross check, I'll just kind of add another inch or 2 in there. This is my first color that I didn't mix earlier using the level 6.
I am the worst at sectioning my own hair, literally, because I just want to get it on there.
And just same thing, just saturate everything from the back to the front.
The first time was not even as messy as this. Like, I'm a huge orange mess, and this is one of the longest process ever. I took a whole day. But I mean, I did have like literally 3 hours breaks too, so.
Just comb it in and blend it and let it process for 20 minutes. This is the final look. The color is not as natural as I thought it would be, but I don't hate it. Like I said, I always end up liking the unexpected, and this color is a really pretty color. I do not know what color it is, to be honest. My sister said it looks like a salmon color, but when I look at it, I don't see salmon. But, I mean, I can see it, but I can't see it. I kind of don't want to think of a fish. This is a fish color here. I want to say peach, but it's not peach either. I want to say it's coral, but it's not coral. And I want to say strawberry, but it's not strawberry either. So this, like, it's a really interesting color. And just let me know what you guys think this color is, because like in different lighting it looks different. And to me it still has a natural color to it, but it's some sort of pink tinted or blush color on top of it. And so this looks more like a light brown, which is kind of blush, kind of brushing over it. And I do have my hair trimmed today, and I just curled it to kind of make it look pretty, because why not? And this is just a really exciting thing for me, because I am very proud of myself for being able to remove that purple and still keeping the my hair healthy. The integrity and porosity and elasticity is still there, and it's still healthy, still attached to my head, and I'm seriously blessed with hair. Like I said, let me know what color you guys think this is, because I can't tell what color it is at all. I can definitely put a brown on top of it, because technically I kind of feel it in my own hair already, so it does look like it's some sort of rose now too. But let me show you guys in some sort of different lighting too, because I do have a white ring lights behind the camera. So if I change it to a yellow, like it gives like a different color in here. It looks orangey, you know. And then if I change it to a golden lighting, like you can see it's even more golden. So it's really interesting. And then this is back to my white lighting that I do have. It's a really interesting hair color that changes in different lighting, and you notice in some of the other pictures that I'm gonna show you guys, honestly looks different lighting, and I'm just in love with my own hair. So thank you guys for watching this video, and hopefully you guys learned something in my color correction. This is my first time ever doing it on myself, and just getting rid of the purple, which is the most happiest thing I was able to do. Like, I just wanted to get rid of the purple, and yeah.